time. So I find that community awareness goes a long way. People want that connection with the cops. But a lot of times they don't get it unless it's under a negative type of meeting. But if we go out there and talk to them about things, what do you think is going to eventually happen? They're going to give us information. We did a meeting one time, and guys didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do a community meeting. So we went out there, we talked to people. At the end of the meeting, a guy walks up to me, he goes, hey, can I talk to you? He's like looking around, like he didn't want to be seen talking to me. So I said, yeah, sure, let me give you my card. He goes, no, I don't want your card, could I meet you around the corner? He was so afraid of being seen talking to me, even at a community meeting, but as we met him around the corner, he says, listen, I want to tell you about this drug spot across from my house. I don't want to get involved, and I want you to use my name, but I want to tell you what's going on. So now, the guy gave us information on a spot that we were looking at. We knew it was a gang location, but it was very difficult to watch. He ends up giving us keys to an apartment of the building that he took care of across the street. So we set up a camera on that, and it solved everything for us. All because of that little bit of contact. And I can tell you, up to that point, I wasn't a believer in going out there and talking to the community. Then I realized that there's people out there, they want to talk to us. Is it our job to go out there and cultivate them as people who give us information, or is it their job to come to us? What do we generally go by in law enforcement? The 911 concept, right? People call 911, we go. Is that proactive? No. So we have to kind of find that balance, and I will tell you that learning a lot about this stuff later on, it's so effective that once you start making friends with the community, people will do a lot of things for you. And it comes back to that concept, is everybody in this community against us? Is everybody in this community a bad guy? And the truth is, no, it's a very small portion of these communities. We watch TV, we watch the riots. Who do we see? We see the activists, the people who are anti-law enforcement, the people who are trying to take the bad guys, the gang members, to go out there and cause trouble for law enforcement. Where are the good people? Well, maybe like the same people like with Pablo Escobar, right? They're afraid to come forward. They're afraid to talk to you. The same people like people in the Middle East. They're afraid to talk because of the bad guys. Same thing that my grandmother told me, you never talk because you're afraid the mafia is going to kill you. Well, if you lived in a neighborhood where the mob guys go up and down the street with machine guns, you'd be afraid to talk. You'd be afraid to be a snitch. Well, that's not how it is in most places. It's really on us to go out there and cultivate people. How many people here in this room grew up in a community that was considered a ghetto? Raise your hand. Was everybody in your community or everybody in your neighborhood a bad guy? No, it was a very small amount of people, right? So it's really going to be on us in law enforcement. In order to solve the gang problem, we have to realize, yeah, it's not our problem, it's a community problem, so we have to get the community, empower them, and get them in the game. We have to make us be approachable. We watch all this crazy stuff going on now, community policing, right? What's community policing become? Well, I go on Facebook, I have a basketball game. Is it community policing more than that? Isn't it